Whispering Pines, deep in the Pacific Northwest, nestled among the towering evergreens of Washington's Olympic Peninsula, lay the town of Crescent Hollow. It was a place forgotten by time, where cell signals died in the modern world felt like a distant memory. The locals were friendly but guarded, their smiles fading when outsiders mentioned the old logging camp in the Whispering Pines, a stretch of forest where the trees seemed to lean inward, as if guarding a secret. They said the camp was abandoned after a fire in 1923 killed every worker, their screams echoing through the night. But Ethan Reed, a true crime podcaster with a knack for chasing gruesome tales, saw it as the perfect story to boost his fledgling show. It was late October 2025 when Ethan arrived, his SUV packed with recording gear, a drone, and enough supplies for a week. The locals at the town's only bar warned him to steer clear. "The pines don't let go," said an old man with a scarred face, nursing a whiskey. "You hear the whispers. You're already theirs." Ethan laughed it off, chalking it up to campfire tales meant to scare city folk. He set out at dawn, his drone buzzing overhead to capture the eerie beauty of the forest. The logging camp was a ruin, rotted cabins, rusted saw blades, and a charred chimney standing like a gravestone. Ethan set up his microphone, narrating the history of the fire for his podcast. "October 17th, 1923, he said, his voice steady. "A blaze tore through this camp, killing 42 men. No one knows how it started, but the stories say the forest itself burned them alive." He paused for effect, grinning at the drama of it all. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the air grew heavy, the temperature plummeting. Ethan's drone malfunctioned, crashing into the underbrush. Cursing, he retrieved it, noticing the forest had gone silent. No birds, no wind, just a suffocating stillness. He shook it off and continued recording, but then he heard it, a low, guttural whisper, like voices speaking just beyond comprehension. "Ethan, come deeper." His skin prickled. He checked his recorder, but it had stopped. The battery drained despite being fully charged. "Okay, very funny," he called out, assuming it was a prank. No one answered. The whispers grew louder, circling him, coming from the trees themselves. "Stay, join us." Ethan's flashlight flickered, casting jagged shadows that seemed to move on their own. He stumbled toward his SUV, but the path was gone, replaced by a maze of gnarled roots and twisted branches. Panic set in as he realized the trees were shifting, closing in around him. He ran, branches clawing at his clothes, his breath ragged. "Casa." The whispers became screams, agonized, guttural cries of the men who burned alive a century ago. In the flickering light, he saw them, charred figures, their flesh blackened and peeling, their eyes glowing like embers. They reached for him, their fingers leaving scorch marks on his jacket. Ethan screamed, tripping over a root, his flashlight rolling away. When he scrambled to his feet, he was no longer in the forest. He stood in the clearing, the ground soft and warm, like ash. The air was thick with the smell of smoke. The figures surrounded him, their mouths opening to reveal flames within. "You wanted our story," they hissed in unison. "Now you're part of it." The next morning, a ranger found Ethan's SUV, empty, the keys still in the ignition. His gear was scattered around the camp, but there was no sign of him. The drone's footage showed nothing but static after sunset. The locals didn't bother searching. They knew the pines kept what they took. But on quiet nights, when the wind is still, hikers swear they hear a new voice among the whispers, calling out for help, forever lost in the embrace of the Whispering Pines.